back tonight, by the way. So, Stephanie and I are just back from the Corona Bar in Glasgow. We were up there for a Willy Wonka theme night. It was a 3-course meal and 3 cocktails. So, it was held in the Corona Bar in the Shawlands, and they done all the food for it. And the food, oh my god, I'll get to that, but what a meal, 3 courses, fantastic. If you don't know where the Corona Bar is, it used to be the Butterfly and the Pig, I think it was called, so it's right next to where Shed is in the Corona Bar. So you come in, you get to traffic lights, so there's like the 4-way traffic lights and Sheds here. So the Corona Bar is literally right next door to it. The cocktail side of it, that was put on by a guy called Greg, who runs the Dispensary Bar. So that's a pop-up bar that he's based in the Shawlands. He's from the Shawlands. I was talking to him. He's a great guy. So that's based in the Shawlands, but they do things all over. They actually do like hen nights and birthday parties and stuff where they'll come and put cocktail master classes on for you. So I'll put a link in the description box below for the Corona Bar and for the dispensary. See if you give them a wee nosy, because some of the stuff they put on is fantastic. The Corona Bar were saying, the folk that work in it, they were saying that they used to do murder mystery nights and film nights, so they're looking at doing some new things, but the murder mystery nights even, were fantastic. So Stephanie and I went up the night, and oh, it was amazing. 3 courses, all based on Willy Wonka, the original film with Gene Wilder. So the best one, obviously, which we got to watch as we were making dinner. So we're sitting at this big table. We get this big 6-people table all to ourselves, and then behind us they had a big screen up and a projector, and they had the film on right through it. So it was fantastic. First thing that we got was a vodka cocktail, a gin cocktail actually. It was McLean's Floral Gin that they had used to make this. I'm going to read it because I don't remember. McLean's Floral Gin, fresh lemon juice, handcrafted creme de mure, and it was served over dry ice. Now, I'm not a massive gin drinker, but this was fantastic. It came out, and he had to make the same joke to everybody, but I'm glad he did, because if he hadn't said to me, then I would have done exactly what he'd helped me know today. So it was kind of smoking and bubbling, and he had this black spoon type thing in it, and I just assumed it was a straw, and he's like, oh, that's not a straw, that's not a straw, that's for the dry ice. The poor guy was getting round, and he was giving everybody the cocktails, and he had to tell everybody that's no for drinking at the straw. But it was delicious, and again, I'm not a massive gin drinker, but I'd have this again. It was brilliant. And with that, we had the starter. So I had the normal starter, and Stephanie had the veg starter, because she doesn't like meat. She doesn't like sausage meat that was in the starter, or just really any meat or chicken or stuff like that. So for me, the starter was Scotch egg and a sweet nest. So it was basically a massive Scotch egg. I don't know if it was like a goose egg or something, but it was fantastic. It was huge. I think it was massive. It was about the size, it was about like this big. Breadcrumbs and everything. And the sweet basket was like a toffee basket, almost. It's the only way I can describe it. I'm not exactly sure it was made, or what it was made of with. You know the way you do all the fancy stuff. Your Steph can do it. She's got all that and makes the basket for the cakes. You cut into it, and the yolk, oh, it was so runny. That's just the way I like it. That was fantastic, absolutely delicious. I loved every bit of it. Steph had a vegetable haggis bonbon. Now, it was a vegetable haggis bonbon minus the haggis, so take away for that what you will. But she loved it. She said it was great. I had a wee taste it, and it was brilliant. Next up, for the main course in the cocktail, it was an Augustus Gloop cocktail. So, powers of deduction, it was a chocolate flavoured one. And it was a Willy Wonka take on a White Russian. And anybody that knows me knows I absolutely love a White Russian cocktail. So this was right up my street. It was absolute vodka, handcrafted, chocolate liqueur, milk, and there was a wee fancy chocolate put on top as well, and it sunk right down to the bottom. And you shook it all up, and it was delicious. I get 2. Stephanie didn't like hers, so I managed to have both of them. And but she ate chocolate, cheeky bum. So the chocolate was delicious as well. The main for me, I was a bit worried about the main course, right? And I said this to the lassies that were working behind the bar, because she was saying, oh, how was the food? Because obviously everybody was talking about the cocktails, because the cocktails were amazing. And nobody really knew that the Corona Bar was the ones actually doing the food. We all kind of assumed it was the Dispensary Bar was doing a bit of everything, but it was the Corona Bar doing the food. And it was pan-seared duck breast. And this duck breast was amazing. Now, this whole page, this whole YouTube thing started as disgusting foods and eating challenges, so I'm not any sort of food connoisseur of high class foods, but I'm going to be honest, you go to a bar, you think duck breast, you're a bit concerned. No chance. If they ever had this back in the menu and I was up there, I'd be getting it. You've seen the videos that's coming next. It was just cooked to perfection. It was delicious. So had that, and it came with, I'm going to read that again because I don't remember, blueberry puree for Violet. I think it was Violet. Is that the name? Aye, because Violet's the one that turns into the blueberry, Veruca's the one. Anyway, Veruca was the first one for the Scotch egg, I should have said that. Blueberry puree, cornbread, rainbow carrots and purple Duchess potatoes. So the whole thing was fantastic. Next it was pudding and another cocktail. So the pudding was a chocolate fudge brownie, and that was fantastic. It wasn't stodgy. I'm not a massive chocolate fan, but this, I could have had two of these, no bother, because it just wasn't stodgy. You cut into it and it was just melting. It was just really good. I loved it. The thing that I liked the best about it, but it came with a sugar paper Wonka bar, and when the lassie was bringing it out and she was serving, she's like, oh, check underneath your Wonka bar, you might be in for a surprise. And I was like, yes, I'm totally getting the golden ticket. But no, I didn't get it. But I still ate it because it was amazing. And the cocktail we got with that was a fizzy lifting drink. So that's a bit where Charlie and his grandpa go into the place, drink the juice and fly up into the sky, and you see all the bubbles and everything. So see with this one, it was amazing. He brought out this gun thing, and I was talking to him, I'm like, what is it? And he's like, oh, it's like a vape pen. Imagine this is a massive vape pen that I've got, and it's a flavoured smoke shot almost. I can't remember the exact words he used, but he's like, it's a flavoured smoke shot without the badness, and it adds flavour to it, and it's like this massive bubble that comes out of your drink, and it turns it into adds to the flavours. That cocktail itself just looked fantastic. I'm going to put pictures up on my Instagram. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. There's Gluttonous Gaz on Instagram, Gluttonous Gaz on Twitter while I'm here as well, if you want to see it in there, because I'll put some stuff on Twitter as well. It was like 3 layers, and it just looked amazing. It was just honestly fantastic. The whole night was amazing. For the seconds you went in, you said to the folk, look, here for the Wonka night, and they're like, right, take a wee seat and we'll come and get you. And you were just sitting, and I was expecting it to be freezing because the night was miserable, but the bar was roasting, you got a good pint. Stephanie had just a cola, and prices were fantastic as well. For this, actually, it was only £30 per ticket for this, and that's 3 courses and 3 cocktails. And usually up in Glasgow, you're pushing. You're lucky if you're getting a cocktail for £10 up in Glasgow. And Stephanie and I, you get 6 cocktails, and 3 cocktails each and three courses for 30 quid. What a bargain. Is it going to happen again? I hope so. I was talking to Greg. He was a fantastic guy, a really, really nice guy. So he done the Dispensary Bar. He was doing the cocktail side there, and I was like, look mate, what's your next one? He's like, oh, I don't know, I've got a couple of ideas in the pipeline. The next one he was thinking was George's Marvellous Medicine. I'm all for that. So I'll keep an eye out. I'm going to try and keep in touch with him, and if there's anything comes up, I'm going to get him to let me know, and I'll share some links and everything so you can all be first in for tickets, because I would highly recommend it. When you see the videos that that's going to come at the end of this, and you see the pictures and stuff, they're amazing, totally worth it. But I'll let you see the food and stuff. We've got some pictures of the cocktails and the food and some videos and that. I'll put, as I was saying, in the description box, I will put links to the Corona Bar's socials, the Dispensary Bar's socials, and my own. And while I'm here, anytime I'm doing a video, I always put a link in, but I've not given them a shout out yet. My mate Lee Quinn from Coinning has an amazing charity that he's doing. I'll put a link in the description box for that. It's the Scott Laughlan Together Fund. They had a night last night trying to raise money for the Butterfly Trust. So if everybody can check that out as well, I would appreciate it. But if you want to see more things like this, you know, reviews, and when you watch the end of the video and see the things we've done, more videos like this, because let me know. The whole thing started as eating challenges and disgusting foods and stuff, but I am totally up for doing more reviews. There's places in Coinning and Irvine that we could do reviews on, and everybody knows I'm all about local businesses. So if we can do anything like this local, let me know. Give me a like, leave a comment, get me on one of the socials, and we'll catch up for there. Right, thanks everybody.
My dear friends, you are now about to enter the nerve center to the entire Wonka factory. Inside this room, all of my dreams become realities, and some of my realities become dreams. And almost everything you'll see is eatable, edible. I mean, you can eat almost everything.
Let me in, I'm starving.
Now, don't get overexcited. Don't lose your head, Augustus. We wouldn't want anyone to lose that. Yet.
Charlie Bucket,
Yes, Mr. Turkentine.
I shall need an assistant. Come and give me a hand. We have here nitric acid, glycerine, and a special mixture of my own. Together, it's horrible, dangerous stuff that blows you up. But mixed together in the right way, as only I know how, what do you think it makes?
I don't know, sir.
Of course you don't know. You don't know because only I know. If you knew and I didn't know, then you'd be teaching me instead of me teaching you.
Watch the pipe.
Hey, the second chorus is coming up.
Explanation.
Here it is, golden ticket number 3, and it's all mine.
Tell us how it happened, Violet.
Well, I'm a gum chewer normally, but when I heard about these ticket things of Wonka's, I laid off the gum and switched to candy bars instead. Now, of course, I'm right back on gum.
What's it making, Mr. Wonka?
Fizzy lifting drinks. They fill you with gas, and the gas is so terrifically lifting that it lifts you right off the ground like a balloon.
Oh, isn't it high? Gosh.
Here goes. I got it!
Where?
Let's see.
Fooled you, didn't I? You thought I really had it.
How did you like the chocolate factory, Charlie?
I think it's the most wonderful place in the whole world.
I'm very pleased to hear you say that, because I'm giving it to you.